The amazing evolution of the Disney princess. With 2016's Moana joining the lineup of Disney princesses, this key figure has come a long way since 1937's Snow White. Hit the red button down below to subscribe to our channel. Where it all began. In the beginning, Snow White encapsulated a good woman in the 1930s. She put up with a lot. She did the cleaning, she waited passively for a man to show up and rescue her, and all the while she happily and patiently sang. She was dainty and ladylike. Some critics consider her the most anti-feminist of all the princesses. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and the other classic Disney princess movies had a love story at their heart, and marriage was a princess's goal. Much of the same. In the 1950s, Cinderella and Aurora followed Snow White. All three princesses were essentially the same character, just with different hair and dress color. They became a stereotype of what Disney princess looked like and behaved like. Thin, white, attractive women. And they waited around for their Prince Charming to save them. The villains were the same too. The evil queen, wicked stepmother, and Maleficent. Good female characters were pitted against bad ones. Independence creeps in. After Sleeping Beauty, there was a 30-year gap until The Little Mermaid in 1989. This Renaissance era ushered in a new type of Disney princess. Ariel was the first to be more independent and progressive. She went against her father's wishes and was proactive in seeking a new life, albeit one focused on finding a man. Similarly, Belle in 1991's Beauty and the Beast was more independent but still yearned for a love story like her earlier counterparts. Class shift. In 1992's Aladdin, we finally had a Disney princess who was a bit more culturally diverse, and who broke away from the formula of a girl meeting a prince. Jasmine was the big royal deal in this movie, while Aladdin was a street boy. It was the first time a Disney princess didn't marry a man who was already a prince, and the first time one lived in a different culture. But critics had an issue with Jasmine's seduction scenes and her Western appearance. More cultural diversity. Disney continued to release princess films with heroines from other cultures. In 1995, it was Pocahontas, and in 1998, it was Mulan, both of whom were the eponymous lead characters in their movies. Like Aladdin, Pocahontas was criticized for its portrayal of over-sexualized women, and its representation of colonialism. Mulan was generally met with positive responses to its depiction of a princess who was strong, determined, and a risk-taker. But again, the cultural representation was troubling to some critics with its negative presentation of Chinese culture. First African American princess. It took more than 10 years for the Disney princess to arrive, but in 2009, Tiana burst onto the scene in The Princess and the Frog as the first of the new wave of more feminist Disney princesses. The film's depiction of another culture and an independent woman received more praise than the studio's previous efforts. Tiana was hardworking and did not rely on a man. Moving forward and looking back. Rapunzel brought some sass to the line of Disney princesses entangled in 2010. From hitting Flynn with a frying pan to escaping her tower, she showed bravery and was certainly strong-willed. But there was a certain amount of harking back to the old days. She needed Flynn to help her, and when she married him, it brought the focus back to the love story. However, unlike the first princesses, she wasn't entirely reliant on being saved. Rapunzel and Flynn saved each other. Moving beyond marriage. Brave showed a very different attitude towards marriage than Disney's earlier princess films. In the 2012 movie, Merida had no interest in finding love. And in fact, she was the first Disney princess to not have a love interest. Without any songs of her own, the stubborn and independent Merida is about as far from Snow White as you can get. She rejected her mother's expectations of how a princess should look and behave. It's no wonder many feminists were impressed. Sisterly love. The move away from romantic love in Brave was continued in Frozen. Sure, the 2013 movie did have a love interest in it, but the main focus of the film was the love between sisters. Anna and Elsa's relationship was what it was all about. And unlike the princesses of the classic era, these two didn't sit around waiting for a man to rescue them. They rescued each other. Girl power. In 2016, Disney introduced a new princess who's thought to be the most progressive of all. Moana is Disney's first Polynesian princess. The daughter of a chief, she goes on a daring journey over the ocean to help save her island. In the same year, Disney unveiled another new princess, this time on TV. Elena of Avalor features Disney's first ever Latina princess, who is brave and adventurous too. And there's no Prince Charming here either. Which is your favorite Disney princess? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up.